Welcome back to some crypto live stream. In today's content, we're going to talk about Bitcoin and then basically most of the altcoin on Binance. But before we get started, I'd like to take a look at the coin market cap very quick, just to see where we stand on as far as price, and then XRP price also, right? So when you take a look at the coin market cap, we just about like a 5100. Ethereum still 163. XRP still number 3, right? ER sitting, number 5, just above Litecoin. So you guys know how to check the market cap. It's just for reference purposes, right? So, but the coin market cap is still lower than Binance. Binance BTC is just about like 53, right? 56, right? 5600. So nothing much, right? Coin, most of these coins, they just down like 1 to 2%. So basic attention, almost double digit, and MCO, right? So it used to be another name, but now it's MCO. So all right, not too much volatility. Let's go take a look at the chart. So I think that's Nexus. Let's go to BTC first. So if you guys just join the chat room, so just let me know if the sound is good, right? So I won't be talking and for like 10 minutes without no sound. So all right, you take a look at BTC. On the daily time frame, BTC is not looking bad. It is looking extremely, actually extremely bullish, right? Hey, what's up, Santos? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hey, yo. Hey, what's up, Sarah? So when you take a look at BTC on give me just 1 second. So when you take a look at BTC, right, on the daily time frame, BTC is looking like extremely bullish. Like even on the monthly time frame. Let's go to the monthly first, right? Because we talked about the monthly time frame last time. When you take a look at the monthly time frame, right, even on Binance, right, even though it doesn't have like enough history, if I add the volume, let's add the volume, right? You add the volume, right? So the monthly, like, you see the decrease in volume on the monthly time frame. We only like 1 week into this, 2 weeks into this month, right? And then we already got like 90% of the previous volume. So and I don't see like the volume buying pressure decreasing the next like 2 weeks at least, right? So most likely we're gonna get a let's say on Binance last month we got like almost like 800,000, right? So this month we already got like 650. So most likely we're gonna be close like to 1 million trading volume on Binance, right? So that's really great, right? So when you take a look at these monthly time frame, it's not much to worry about, right? Even though if you get like a small drop to not small drop, a 5 to let's say 46% drop from the current price, right? Just by like 46.50 to 47.50, right? We could get a big rebound to the upside, because we still got like almost like another 500,000 buying pressure coming up, at least to beat the previous buying pressure. Because I don't see like the volume staying the same, and then I don't see like the selling pressure being greater than the buying pressure for the next 2 weeks. So you got to keep that in mind, right? So let's take a look at the weekly time frame now. When you take a look at the weekly time frame, you kind of get like a little scary, because that's this selling pressure is pretty big, right? So even though the price is not moving much, but the selling pressure is pretty big. So take a look at it. It's almost like 230, right? Last week we got like 420. So but we only got 1 day left, so we're not gonna beat this candle with the some selling pressure. So definitely I mentioned it last time, right? We're most likely gonna get like somewhere around like 250 to 300 at the most. I don't see like the selling pressure being like up to like 300, the volume for the selling pressure to be like 300,000 BTC, right? Trading volume. So big rejection from the 50 EMA. Last time we got a rejection from the 50 EMA was just about this area, October 15, right? So it is quite important, right, to keep that in mind on the weekly time frame. So when as soon as we got to like 4800, I said, like, I said even before we got to that area, like 50 EMA. So I said, like, keep in mind about this 50 EMA. And BTC was just about like 3850 to 3900. Target was like this 50 EMA. That time 50 EMA was even higher, right? But it's dropping. So I think that time was like almost, let's see, almost 5500, right? So but that's a third consecutive rejection. We last time we got to that area was October 15, so it's pretty normal for us to calm down, make a sideways correction. A 5 to up to 10% drop wouldn't hurt much, because you gotta think about it, we went up like 30% to the upside, right? So hey, what's up, Peterson? Hey, what's up, Linkspin? David, thank you for tuning in. So yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look. I was reading the chat room, so if you like you see, if I don't talk like for 5 7 seconds, I'm reading the chat room. So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily time frame now. The daily time frame, we got some sign of a reversal, but I'm still not convinced, right? I would love to see BTC make a slide, a pullback just about this area on 50 EMA, right? It doesn't have to test it like for 3 to 4 days. Just a reversal candle just like that. That's what I'm looking for, right? A reversal candle just like that on the 50 EMA, right? So the current price of the 50 EMA is just about like 43, let's say 43.60, right? So by the next couple of days, it's gonna be moving very fast, because you gotta think about it, right? It's a 50 EMA, right? Still include these lower prices, right? So it is still including these lower prices. So it's gonna include these lower prices too, but these lower prices on just about this area is still higher than this, right? By almost 25%. So it's gonna be moving very fast. So you're gonna see like the price still going to be moving up, right? And then it's gonna give you a flat correction like that. So but at some point we're gonna get some correction, just like Litecoin. Before Litecoin went up to the upside, like on the second, I think it was on the second, we got a big push to the downside. It got supported by the 50 EMA, and then Litecoin made a big push to the upside afterward, right? So keep that in mind, right? On the daily time frame, we could be pushing to the downside. So but like I said, like, you have to take a look at the bigger picture. We're pretty bullish on the monthly, and then weekly we are pretty bullish, at least on the monthly, right? But on the weekly and on the daily, we could be facing some correction, but we still got 2 weeks to go. So keep that in mind, right? For the month of April, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame, as I mentioned about the 50 EMA, now we're moving like getting a big support from the 50 EMA, right? So I didn't even get the chance to take a look at the 4-hour. Look at the 50 EMA I was talking about, right? So big support. And this support, I mean, it is a good sign. This support is a good sign, but it would be better for BTC to make a nice fake out, just about this area of the 100 EMA, right? Most likely it's going to be equal, the next, like, let's say next 40 hours, right? If BTC get back to this area of, let's say 100 EMA, it is going to be equal to the 50 EMA on a daily, most likely, right? So which is going to be roughly about like 4750 to 4800, right? So it's not going to be bad. Take a look at it. It's just about like 45% drop, right? So 45% drop. So, and this pattern is also the same pattern on the before the breakout. When you go back to the daily time frame, when I say like BTC gonna make a U-turn, that's the same pattern you got right here. So it is quite interesting, right? This pattern right here, that's the same pattern you got on the 4-hour time frame right now. So I'm looking for this fake out to the downside, right, before a push to the upside like that on the 4-hour time frame. So, and on the daily, I think we drop also 4%, right? 5%, right, on a fake out before you move to the upside. So we're most likely gonna get the same pattern. So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. I'll show you guys. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the XLM. So yeah, so you take a look at the 4-hour time frame. It's the same exact pattern, right, as the daily time frame. You know, push to the downside, get a support from the 50 MA, right? Like you could argue, like we already got this fake out to the downside just about this area, but I don't think it's enough. You know, because when you go back to the daily time frame, right? BTC was right. When you go back to the daily time frame, this fake out to the downside, right, was supported by the 50 MA, right? Also on the 4-hour time frame, this push, not fake out, but this push to the downside is also like supported by the 50 MA. But this fake out just about this area, you could be arguing like we already got it on the 4-hour time frame, but I don't think it's enough. Like, because the R side was just about 50. I want to say R side 50 before we start moving to the 50 or 60, right, in that range, before we start like moving to the upside, right? So on we're already 47, right? So it's pretty good, but I want to see the R side to get below 40, not below 40, but at 40. So that'll give us like a better momentum to move back to the upside. So and hit like 6,000 at least. It's going to be very boring. So going to 6,000, it is going to be very boring. So we're going to get this move, sideways correction, right? Push to the downside, get back to that side, fake out and push. That's what I'm looking for. This pattern, exactly like we did before we got that inverted head and shoulder. So that's the same pattern I'm looking for, right? Same exact pattern. So all right, let's go ahead and take a look at the hourly time frame, and then we're going to move on. The hourly time frame. Let's get a clean chart. The hourly time frame is looking promising, so that's not good if you want a cheaper BTC, right? So as we mentioned last time, right, on the hourly time frame, like a couple of days ago, on April 11th, right, I said like BTC gonna make this we say BTC gonna make this a double bottom, right? It did. So, and we say it's gonna make three up, right? It did. So it made this correction, right? So we were anticipating for BTC to make another 3 down, but BTC made 1, 2, 3, right? Now it is facing you know, I'm not sure if this wave to the downside gonna be 1, 2, right? Or it's gonna be 1, or it's just gonna make this move and jump back up. So I don't think it's gonna jump back up to the 50 MA. So what I'm anticipating, right, we got this correction just about this area. Let me zoom it in. We got, you know, our double bottom, 3 up, a nice correction. Let me just remove everything so you guys can see it. We got you know, we were looking for this move, right? So this divergence, we were looking for it, we got it. So we say it's gonna make 3 up, right? It did make this 3 up, a nice correction just about this area, right? So we were anticipating for BTC to just come back down to give us a better divergence, but it didn't, right? What it did, instead BTC wants to go up, right? Give us another 3 up. Now it is making 1 wave to the downside, right? This wave to the downside, another wave to the upside, most likely gonna complete just about this area, right? And retest this low, right? And then finally go retest that 47. So that's what I'm anticipating on the low. It's too much noise on the lower time frame. So if I try to like break it down, I'm gonna confuse you guys. That's why I like to stay on there. I can see this on the lower time frame. That's why, you know, sometimes I'm very comfortable talking about the higher time frame. But it is just a correction. No, I don't see BTC pushing back up. It could, but I don't see it like pushing back up. Our side is already 48, and then we moving sideways. You know, and we need like a 600 point to go back to you know, 56. So hey, what's up? 8010. No, it's 0810, not 8010. Got it. So look for this double bottom, at least another push. I don't think like the sell-off gonna be nasty when you take a look at the hourly time frame. So I'm pretty familiar. Excuse me, I had to cough. But I'm pretty familiar with the BTC. Like, so most of the time when BTC is giving you like a sell-off, it's gonna be moving sideways like this, right, for like a very long time, like on a 4-hour time frame, and then you're gonna get your 7 EMA, and then your 20, and then your 25 EMA, like just along this line like that, right? Right, it doesn't have to be accurate, but I just want you to get the concept. All of a sudden you're gonna get a big drop to the downside. So BTC doesn't like just drop without giving like a giving you like a you know, a warning. But I don't see any warning of a sell-off right now. We could be dropping slowly, right? But I don't see any warning of sell-off, like a big sell-off. If it does, we're just gonna have to take a look at it again and trying to find out where we're going next. But I don't see like a big sell-off. If you want to, you know, if you, let's say you just don't want to do any TA, you just say we got a flag, that's it, and then push to the downside, that's it. You know, I don't think it's going to be a one-to-one extension, because this one-to-one extension is going to be too deep, right? This move, right? If you want to replicate, if you want to replicate this move, right, you don't have to be exact, right? So you say we're going all the way down to 45.25. Yeah, that's a big move. And then 45.25 is we don't have no support at 45.25. That's not good, right? So basically that it means like we're going all the way up down to like all the way down, not all the way up down, all the way down to 4100. So we don't have any support at 45.25. Most people are calling for 45. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's one-to-one extension, but a 0.618 extension of this move would be more reasonable, right? Let's take a look at it first of all, before we say it's more reasonable. But I don't see a push to the upside. So okay, you see a 0.618 extension takes you like just about like a, you know, 4803, right? 4803. That's 0.618 extension of this entire move, right? That's exactly at 0.618 extension, just about this area, right? Big support, right? Big support, right? Big support. 0.618 extension of this you know, entire move, right? So I don't know if you guys remember or not, but let's go back to the lower time, not lower time frame, but the first move, right? The first move, just about this area. Let's take a look at it again, right? That was the initial move. I was live, right? I think Funks called it. Funks. Okay, you see the first initial move, right after we hit 54.22, that initial drop, you know, after that the following drop is exactly at 1.618 extension. That's what we said, like BTC gonna make a double bottom, and BTC made a double bottom just about this area. So as soon as we got to this area, like yesterday, right? I think that was the 11th, not yesterday. That's exactly what we said if you were in the live stream. So if you can remind me, right? We said it's going to push to the upside, it's going to come back. We tested, we did that, right? So we completed a 1.618 extension, 1.618 extension of the initial move, right? Now this entire move, right? I'm looking for another 0.618 extension, which is going to take us to 48, right? We could slide back, slide lower than 48, but our initial target is 48. So just to stay consistent with our methodology, right? So depend how you draw it, you could be lower, but let's just say 48, because say 49.93. You don't have to be, I try not to be like, you know, too accurate with this extension, because sometimes you don't put it exactly at the price. You just like estimate like plus minus 0.1%, something like that, $5, something like that, you know. All right, so next target, like, you know, let's just look for this one-to-one extension. Not one-to-one, 0.618 extension, which is just about like 48, and then yeah, you know, we could face some like a, you know, sell off down to like 47, but we're gonna push back to the upside. All right. Hey, what's up, Royal Computer? No, I don't think I'm a master. A master is a big word, but let's go ahead and take a look at XRP, and then we're gonna go take a look at the other coins by in alphabetical order, right? Unless you guys want to mention, since you guys in the chat room, we're gonna go by alphabeticals order. But if you guys wanna, you know, let's say your coin is like XLM, and then you in the chat room, we might take a look at it. So we won't have to like you won't have to wait like from A to X, right? XRP, because I know most of you guys only care about XRP. I'm just joking. I know you guys care about BTC. XRP, I didn't remove anything I talked about last time, right? We were looking for this double bottom, right? On hourly time frame, we got it, right? We got it because we got a big push to the upside. That was around like what? Around midnight, right? We got a big push to the upside. I must miss that. I didn't see it. It's not even big. It's just an hour. It's 4% to the upside, right? Another push to the downside. So let's go start with the bigger time frame first. It's gonna be too much noise, right? On the I just removed everything, so let's see. Okay, we got this big push to the upside, right? When you take a look at it, right, I said XRP is not going to be dropping or, you know, all the way down to wherever it is going, right? It is going to give us like some you know, 10 to 15% move to the upside, you know, every now and then. So that's the 10 to 15% I'm looking for. This divergence, right? You got this divergence. Most likely, you know, it's gonna make another move, right? It's gonna give us another move. We attempted to make this move, right? If you take a look at it, I made on my live stream yesterday, I said like XRP gonna make a big move to the upside. When I say big move, it's just a move. I just like to say big move, but this big move doesn't have to be like a 25%. Even 8-10% is pretty good. So XRP gonna make this move, right, to the upside, right? Most likely, right? And then we're gonna get either we're gonna get a rejection, or we're not even gonna get close, because we got this area of resistance. So and then we're gonna come back down, right? So the R side gonna push to the upside, right, and give us another divergence, right? So look for like 2 divergence, because we don't have any divergence. That's the first divergence. It's not like a confirm yet. So let's wait for another, you know, 10 to 13% move to the upside, a retest of this low, and then you know, we see where we're going next to get a complete correction. So that way we're gonna be sure, like, because the R side gonna be facing, gonna get like a better momentum, you know, coupled with this dropping in selling pressure, right? Eventually it's gonna drop. It's going to be very low. Nobody won't be selling anymore, right? So the bull is going to come in with a big volume. Like I'm looking for a 1.8 billion, man, like that, right? Big green candle, just like that. Not a candle, but bar, right? Just like BTC, right? So, and then we're going to get that 30% move to the upside, or 45% move to the upside, and then we're going to start the bull run. So I think we just got to be patient with XRP. So nothing has changed. Big support from this area, right? Big support from this area. Take a look at it. We got a big support. So big support, right? So if you, if you wanna be if you wanna be aggressive, you could say this week. Include this week. We already broke it long time ago, right? You could say that. Yes, that's very valid, right? It's valid also, but just to ignore this week, sometime it might not be like human being like trading these type of week. So just to be aggressive, basically, right? You say we are just about this area, so you know, I make myself feel good. So basically we got that big wick to the upside, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's very I don't say like it's undecided, but it's a big rejection. So this candle can be either bearish or, you know, bullish. It just depends, because we got like, you know, less than 4 hours to go, right? Computer Royal, I think BTC will not move below 5K. Okay, we will see. 5K and 4800 is not, I don't think it's it's a big difference, guys. Let's say we're dropping, let's just finish up XRP. So we're getting this big move to the upside, a rejection. So let's see if we're gonna get a green candle, because we already got like the same type of rejection just about this area after it pushed to the upside. 2, 4, 6, 8 days, right? So hopefully it's not going to be more than 10 days of selling pressure. Last time XRP get like a 10 days of selling pressure versus BTC was long time ago, guys. It was long time ago. You have to go back maybe in 27, 28. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We got big rejection. So look at this candle right here. We got 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 days of selling pressure. Big reversal. So we're currently getting like 8 days of selling pressure. So let's see. Right, that was the last time we got 8 straight days of selling pressure. Then before that, you have to go back maybe in 2016 or so. I can't even remember. We got one in here too. So I think this one is like 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 9 days before a. You see, that's 9 days exactly, right? 9 days before we got this initial that's the initial support, right? You gotta think in a bigger picture. I'm just zooming it in, but that was a bottom. I was telling you like a XRP to ignore the wick, right? We got 9 straight days. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, exactly 9 straight days. A big push to the upside, right? And then you go back to the initial, just about this area, the next support area. I didn't see this stuff, guys. Go back to the support area, just about the double bottom. We also got 8 straight days. 2, 4, 6, 8, right? A big push to the upside, a double bottom, right? I'm looking for this double bottom before the initial bull run, right? So let's say now we're getting another 2, 4, 6, 8, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 straight days. So let's hope this candle is going to be bearish. 2, 4, 6, 7, right? So if this candle is 8, it's going to be a good sign. I don't know if it makes sense or not. 2, 4, 6, 7. So we got 8 in here, but we didn't get like a big reversal. So we got 8 in here, but we didn't get a big reversal. We got rejection. So but it's gonna be like a at least a 1 week sell off before a big move to the upside. It's not gonna be like a sideways correction. So and then we got a 1 week sell off, so we could be anticipating very soon a big move to the upside, right? So you guys want to talk about any other coins? I'm just gonna go talk about XLM, right? So since somebody requested XLM, I think Peterson asked XLM about the weekly, right? Let me know if I'm correct. The weekly time frame, inverted head and shoulder. Let's just remove everything. I don't see any inverse head and shoulder on the weekly time frame. Maybe on the daily. But on the weekly time frame, it seems like XLM gonna double bottom, right? It seems like it's gonna double bottom, right? So XLM made this move just about this area, right? Nice accumulation move. A sell-off, right? Most like a 0.618 extension. Let's just check it. Let's check this out, because sometimes coin they make the same pattern, right? 0.618 extension, right? Give or take, right? And then a big push to the upside, coming back down to 0.618 extension, right? So, and it's not a coincidence these coins respect like the Fibonacci's, right? So it's not a coincidence. So you take this move, right? Exactly at a 0.786. So definitely we're gonna get some support from this area of a 0.786. That's a weekly chart, right? It's getting a big sell-up. So even if like it's going to be like on the daily time frame, we're gonna get some big push to the upside, a double bottom, and then a fake out to the downside to retest the previous low before another push to the upside. Because as soon as we get this move on the daily time frame, our side most likely gonna give us a divergence on the daily time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. We're gonna keep the same move, right? You see, we're gonna keep the same move on the weekly, and then we're gonna take a look at it on the daily, right? Right. So there is no divergence yet on the R side. So, but we could be facing more sell-off because the R side is still not just about this area, right? We could be facing more sell-off, right? Just like that, right? To get the double bottom, push to the upside, and make this V shape on the R side, and then price gonna give us this move. right? It doesn't have to look exactly like this, right? It doesn't have to, but you could be anticipating a reversal shortly, right? And then push to the downside like that, right? A big reversal like that, and then your double bottom just like that, and then your all side gonna either double bottom or face to the upside. So but I think XLM has more. I mean, we at 0.786, you would be expecting a reversal, but since our side is not completely like oversold, it's hard to tell. And then we're not at that initial area of support, right? Because you gotta remember, right, when you go back to XRP, right, go back to XRP made the same move, XRP BTC back in September, right? You see this, not September, I think that was September, August, September, right? Double bottom, August, September, right? That's a double bottom right here, right? You're looking for. We could be looking for this double bottom from XLM before this big initial move, like a 3x or so. So let's go back to XLM. But XLM we got a pretty good run from XLM in March, right? We got a pretty big run. So we got this move, a push to the upside, right? We could be facing either a retest or we're gonna duplicate this move, but we're just gonna have to wait and see because we're at 0.786. It is very critical to it is now very, just have to wait and see, right? Exactly at 0.786. And then you see every time we get to an area of a fib level, we're gonna get some big move, right? So we're gonna get some big move. We will. When I mean big move, maybe 7 to 10%. It could be higher, right? We're gonna get this move and that move, right? And then also I'm gonna make this move and a double bottom, right? So look for this divergence before a reversal sign. Look for this divergence, right? It could come very quick, but look for this divergence. Yeah, I'm seeing this message live, so but it is just like it is just hey, what's up, Spencer? It is just like comes late, like 5-7 seconds, right? Something like that. So when you write something or when I say something, you guys it's a little delay. You know what I'm talking about. So just 5-7 seconds. Are you seeing this message live? So please go over the double right shoulder for XRP. Is that happening? With double right shoulder, it's not on Binance. So I think it's on Bitfinex. Correct me, right? Let's check XRP BTC. So I think it's on Bitfinex, right? Let's check. Weekly chart, right? Yes, that's the setup I had, right? So that's the setup I have, right? So you got left shoulder, right shoulder, a push to the downside, right? 3 down. I'm looking for the 3 up, just like who made that move? BTC made that move and ADA made that move. Tron also made that move, right? So XRP, could be making that move also. Because when you go on Bitfinex, that week I say to ignore it, you see it's not even on Bitfinex. So that's why, it is good sometimes to ignore those wicks. So you got your big support, right? You still haven't broke that, this trend line on Bitfinex. So we still haven't broke this trend line on Bitfinex. So it is a pretty good sign, right? So it is a pretty good sign. And I think that's a weekly 100 EMA just about this area, because I don't think this red dot is here for no reason, right? Yeah, that's a weekly 100 EMA. So weekly 100 EMA, this red line, it just started this week. I didn't even notice it, right? So the yellow line is the 50 EMA. So even a big push to the upside, we wouldn't be breaking this area of us, 7,800 very easily. It's not going to be easy to break this weekly and 50 and 100 EMA on the weekly time frame. It's not going to be easy. So with no volume, right? the volume. We gotta get 1.2 billion volume. So I'm looking for this right shoulder, at least for the short term, right? It's gonna be ugly if you do it like this, so let's just leave it like this and like that. It's gonna be very ugly. And get the baseline. Let's just say it's gonna be like this. Get the baseline. It's just say right shoulder. It doesn't have to be at the exact same area, but right shoulder, right shoulder. All right. So, all right. Let's go ahead and take a look at ADA. Now we're gonna go on alphabetical orders. I'm also gonna take some other coins like Engine. Take a look at some other coins like Engine. IOTA, Dash, BTT, NEBLIO, Bitcoin Cash, all of them. So it's gonna be interesting today. So, all right, Sunny. Hey, 10XRP, you're welcome. So let's go to ADA. ADA was looking interesting too. It is holding very strong. It kind of scared me a little bit to hold very strong against BTC, because you got to remember, right? XLM did the same thing mid-January, right? XLM, the whole market was down versus BTC, and XLM and NAME, both of them, like, they were holding very strong. All of a sudden they all of a sudden we saw a big sell-off. XLM. Let's take a look at the daily, because I drew something I can't remember. All right, so yeah, that's what we say. Like, it's gonna push to the downside, push to the upside. That's what we get in this move on the daily time frame, right? Let me just. We're not gonna. I remember what I said. Okay, so we're not gonna get a. Basically, what I was trying to draw in that, we're not gonna get a big sell-off just like that. It's not gonna be linear. Like, you gotta think about it, right? Market correct like 99% out of time. Market correct like it's in a corrective move. Whether it's going up or going down, it is on a corrective move. So it's just up to you to find how to define corrective, right? Because I don't think market will move ever move in a straight line. Ever, right? Ever will never move on a straight line. Even if you get like a 300% move to the upside, it has to correct. Like, you guys know that. So basically, right, we got this since like the April 1st, right? April 1st, just about this area. XLM attempted to push with BTC but couldn't handle the pressure. Push to the downside, right? So we're looking for the 3 wave to the downside and get support just about this area. So, and we say like this move to the downside most likely going to be a 0.618 extension, right, of this move. So let's see. But I just remove everything, right? Exactly, right? At 0.618 extension going to be at exactly at the 50 MA. So it's not a coincidence. The 50 MA going to be moving this way, and then at some point, it doesn't have to be exact. So don't look for an exact number. Just look for an area, a nice area, right? So in this range, we're going to get a support, and then we're going to see where we're going next, right? And then most likely, right, what I'm looking for, we got 3 down, right? We're most likely going to get another 3 up. But how strong this 3 up is the big question, right? Because BTC couldn't make a 3 up, a very impulsive 3 up, right, like this to the upside. So, but if XLM gonna give us this type of 3 up, a nice corrective wave, a flag just like that, and then made this 3 up, it most likely gonna go down, right? So not XLM, ADA, right? So and then you're gonna get your initial big move like that, right? This move to the downside gonna also be 3. So, and then you're gonna get your final ABC correction to the downside. But it's too much noise on the even on the daily time frame. Now you get too much noise, like, because this 3 wave, has to be, each wave has to be 3, right? At least, right? You're gonna get 3 down, 3 up, and then another 3 down, right? So that'll give you a WXY. Let's not get into, get deep into that, but it's gonna give you like a ABC, ABC, and ABC. So, and then you take a look at your ABC, ABC, ABC. It's gonna come back down most likely to either 0.618 or 50%, right? So just about this golden packet, right? So just about this golden packet. So most likely gonna be a very boring couple weeks. So, but let's hope not, right? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. It's not gonna play out like this. So, but it is very probable. We just have to wait and see until we get a support from 50 EMA, see what type of reaction, what type of volume, how's the rest of the market going to be reacting. Because we hit our target like a 1897, right? And then exactly, and then when we got our target from ADA was like ADA was just about like, I think like 1200, right? 1200. But I've been covering ADA since ADA was like 1050, right? 1050, guys. 1050. Hey, what's up, PIOTR? You bought some XRP, good. Okay. All right. So ADA, just like XRP. I'm looking for XRP made this extensive move to the downside, but ADA decided to make this move, right? Right. 3 up, 3 down, right? Double correction, push to the upside, side push downside, a 1-to-1 extension, right? I was covering ADA like on a detailed analysis, like almost every single day, right? I think the only way I wasn't correct on this move was this one, right? And I say, we're gonna make a 1 wave to the downside. It didn't, right? You see, it made 3 waves to the downside. So always look for 3. It's safer. At least 3, right? So you got your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you could be expecting that same pattern just about in this area. Same exact pattern. Same exact pattern. Same exact pattern. And then support, push. All right, it's gonna take a while, but it's okay. All right. Am I a pirate? No. Do you think that the 200 EMA is very useful for swing trading? On what? Which one? I never use a 200, so I only use 50 and 100. It works well for me, so they work well for me. You just have to find your own edge, guys. So you just have to be comfortable with the charting. Like, it's not a, they have some charting school, but sometimes, like, people they just go by the book. It's okay, but sometimes you, depending on your level of understanding the market and understanding like these technical tools, you can find your own edge, doing something like nobody's doing, or doing something like you're only comfortable about doing. Nobody else is comfortable about doing it. Somebody might be telling you like ADA gonna get back to that area, but it's not gonna tell you it's gonna make 3 down, 3 up, another 3 down. It's not gonna tell you AWXY is a correction. So you just have to find your own edge, your own way of doing things. I think that's the best way. But if you wanna like follow the rest of the market, you're most likely going to get misled. So they're gonna mislead you, basically. Misled them. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about. I had for some reason ADX on my, I don't know if you guys know ADX or not, BTC on the list. So I'm just gonna take a, sometimes it's good to like take a look at most of these coins, because you never know when they're gonna push to the upside, or they're gonna give you a pattern you're gonna recognize. So not much going about ADA. Moving below is the area of not ADA, ADX, right? Below is area of 50 and 100 EMA. So same exact move, right? So basically started like, it made a big move to the upside like 25th of March, but a 3 wave to the downside. You could say we got this move, right? So from ADX, just like the rest of the market, right? So now it is making a sideways correction. Let's see how ADA gonna react, because the R side is making a falling wedge just about this area, but the price is still flat, relatively flat, right? So you can say relatively. So, but let's see if we're gonna get a 1 push to the downside before a reversal. But it's not giving us a nice pattern for a reversal after this big move, right? It's not giving us a nice pattern. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the ADX or not, but a very nice accumulation move. So just like Monero, but Monero is not doing much. So I don't think Monero is gonna get this big move of let's see, the 70% move to the upside in 1 day. Monero is not that type of pattern, a type of coin, right, to go 60% in 1 day, unless we're on a bull run. Let's go ahead and take a like AION, right? Somebody asked about AION the other day. Okay, AION give us the same pattern as a, you know, let's go back. Okay, okay, so same pattern as think wave, right? ZILLIQA, dash, wave, all of them, Stratus. So a double bottom just like ZILLIQA, also a push to the upside, double tap, a sideways correction, another push to the upside. So we're getting like a reversal pattern on AION, right? But I'm not comfortable with this outside unless like it wants to I think I talked about AION before. So AION, yes, we did talk about AION, and we say it's gonna come back down, right? So that's how I got this arrow right here. So let's see, let's get the fib level. That was a while back, last week I think, right? And then we say AION was just about this area. That was last week, and then we say it's gonna come back down to 0.618, and it is at 0.618. Now we're getting a reversal, right? So let's wait for a rejection, since we already said it's going to come back down to 0.618. It is getting a reversal, but most likely it's going to come back down to 0.786. This reversal is pretty weak. It's not even strong. We're already getting a rejection from 100 EMA, so we're not going to get to that 50 maybe, right? So even if we get to that 50, we already got 3 up, 3 down, right? We're most likely going to just push lower high. It's going to be lower noise. Push lower high, right, before a final push to the downside, right? And then another. So I think AION has like a lot of time to complete this pattern. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at I took a look at ADS. We're gonna take a look at VChain also. Let's go ahead and take a look at ARC. I'm gonna skip A and B. ARC is given a nice reversal pattern, but it's not completed. As we mentioned, right, you see I didn't even change anything. Like ARC was at 0.786, right, and I say ARC gonna drop like 13%. I can't even remember that last time we talked about ARC. So if you're in the chat room and then you ask about ARC, let me know. So because most of these coin guys, I don't buy them, I don't trade them, like, but I follow them. You know, I'm just following them for initial pattern, right? You take a look at ARC, right? When we talked about ARC last week, well, ARC was just about this 0.786, right? Just like this coin I just talked about, right? AION, right? So now we got a big reversal, right? Look at this reversal. We got a 13% drop to 0.786. This blue line. Let me zoom it in again. That's a daily time frame, but it looks like a 4-hour time frame. That's a 786 line, right? This dark blue line. It's dark to me. I don't know if it is dark to you or not, but 13, almost 14% drop, right? So that was on the 10th. We talk about ARC. We say ARC gonna drop 13%, so it's no sign of reversal. So now we're getting a sign of reversal, right? A big push to the upside, but it's just a fake out. It's not going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere. Not going. It's gonna retest it, break it a little lower, and a push, right? We're gonna get this, and then we're gonna get our double bottom, right? If market wants to go up, ARC gonna go up with the market. Sometimes ARC goes up without a market, right? So, but it's gonna make this double bottom. I'm looking for this double bottom, right? On the R side, it could be a triple also, right? It could be a triple bottom because it is very. This move is very aggressive to the downside. So a V shape, I don't see ARC making it, but ARC is very aggressive sometimes. So it can give you those 60%, 30% move there. But I would at least look for a double bottom. Right. I think ARC is, let's see how much ARC is up. We're already up 13%, right? From the 0.786. So it is pretty good. It is pretty good. Bitcoin SB looks good to short to 0. XLM on Binance looks like a head and shoulder. You mean like on the lower time frame? I can go back on XLM, but ARC, I'm looking for a double bottom. I'm just gonna leave this a pattern like this so I can remember. Let me just circle it so we can remember, right? So put a smiley face, right? So And let's go back to XLM really quick, because somebody is telling me Amber XLM on band look like head and shoulder. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. Just look up. It's under my under the description. I think it's Send Crypto 0. So, but I don't write much on Twitter. Sometimes I post my video, but sometimes I be too tired to post these videos. So, not too tired, but I forget, because I think that it only takes like 2 seconds to post on Twitter. You say an inverse head and shoulder on Binance. Do you mean on the lower time frame? I'm just gonna have to remove everything then. Let's see the 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour, you can definitely see it, right? You can definitely see it, right? It is a pretty valid, yes, it is pretty valid, right? A nice inverse, right? You got it. You're right. Sometimes I focus too much on the bigger time frame. Most likely you're gonna be correct on the bigger time frame. That's nice inverse head and shoulder. Just like, but I don't like this one. Right, this push to the upside. I wish it was 3 wave to the upside, right? So we get a 3 down, 3 up, a push, right? But I don't think we're gonna break this. I could be wrong, but I don't think we're gonna break this. I don't think we're gonna break it. I don't think we're gonna break it. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. If, like, let's say we break it, right? We're just gonna have to restructure our daily time frame, right? We could break it, because on the bigger time frame, like, you're looking at the lower time frame, right? Because the bigger time frame, I told you we're gonna make a let's see, is this weekly? Oh, right. The bigger time frame, I told you we're gonna make this move, right? We're gonna make this move to the upside, right? Let's see. On XLM, I say we're gonna make this move to the upside, and then we're gonna come back down, right? Like that. This is gonna give us a divergence, right? So but you're talking about like the lower time frame. So you're talking about the lower time frame. So it really, like, on the lower time frame, you can get like 7%, 8% to the upside, but it's not gonna be much like on the daily time frame when you take a look at the daily time frame. Because this big move, like, you gotta think about it. This move, like this candle right here on the lower time frame, it's a huge candle, right? It's 8%, but 10%, but it's a huge candle on the lower time frame, right? So you could get that in. Let's go back to the hourly. Let's go back to the hourly, right? Like on the hourly, right? You're right. You could argue it's a inverse head and shoulder, but let's say if you push to the upside, 1-to-1 extension, what you're gonna get? You're gonna get 2%, right, guys? So it's 3%. It's not much. I mean, it's much, right? But I'm saying, like, compared to the bigger time frame, if you, like, ADA did a 1-to-1 extension, you know, it was like a 40% move, like almost 50% move, right? So from this area, when ADA made that 3 down, like 1050, right? Just about 1050, like 1050 sats, went up to like 1697, right? Not 16, I think 1897 was 1.618 extension from the neckline. So, but that's what I think about at least for the short term, right? But if, like, remind me if, like, we break this neckline, just remind me, because I might not be taking a look at the lower time frame that much. So let's go take a look at BTCSV, right? BCHSV. Somebody say it's going to 0. That's next on the line, right? So BCHSV is basically giving us the pattern. You know, I haven't even talked about BCHSV like for so long, but take a look at this pattern I was just talking about on ADA, right? So it is giving us a nice pattern just about this area. So see this divergence you're looking for? A push to the upside, coming back, right? Okay, you got altcoin are making this move, right? So some of them, they already down. So I'm saying look for this move to the upside. It's gonna get rejection, another retest. So you're gonna get your divergence just like that. You see, price is outside is moving to the upside. Price is relatively flat. We could come back lower, right, on Bitcoin SV before a reversal at least, right? Let's take a look at the bigger time frame. you don't see these details on the bigger time frame. So let's get our fib retracement. It doesn't have much history, but it is volatile enough to take a look at it. So down, up, right. It's just about this area, right? So we came back exactly at 0.786, sideways correction, pushed to the upside. We're coming back down just like the rest of the crypto. So BTC SV was one of my top picks for April, right? It went up 50% the day after I made that video. Excuse me, guys. The day I made that video, right? 50%. It really surprised me because it didn't give any warning. I didn't follow it. I just went by the statistics, right? The data. 50% moved to the upside, you know, after I made that video on the 31st, right? The 31st. So I didn't get a chance to buy. It didn't even give me a chance to buy, but I didn't FOMO at least. But we're coming back. You see, on the daily time frame, it's less noise. You get only 3 down, right? 3 wave to the downside. Let's just remove everything. On the daily time frame, you only get 3 wave to the downside. Only 3. But when you take a look at the bigger time frame, it's too much noise. Only 3 waves, right? You could see it better on the lower time frame. So, but it's too much noise on the lower time frame. You might get like even 10 waves. So better stay with your bigger time frame. But you could be saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Double bottom, right? So a little push to the downside just to break the previous low. This not the previous low, but this baseline, right? So let's go ahead and talk about BTC again. Most of you guys just got into the chat room, right? BTC USD Tether. It's almost 5. Okay, BTC, we're looking for a that's a 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the monthly time frame because most of you you missed a lot. So the bigger time frame, we say BTC has a lot to go. When you take a look at the monthly time frame, volume is lower and lower, right? Getting lower and lower. Eventually we're gonna break this area of resistance on the volume profile, right? This volume. The previous one was almost like 800,000, right? 800k. The previous one after that was like just about 861, right? So this one is just about like 650, right? BTC, right? 600,000 BTC. So on Binance. So you're looking at I'm looking for at least 1,000 before end of the month. Even if BTC moves sideways, I'm looking for 1,000. 1,000 would break both of these, and then hopefully it's going to take us to a 6k buying pressure. So, and then we go to the lower time frame. Binance is trying to remove I think I saw it somewhere, but I think it was Zombie or something, had it as a title. But we take a look at the daily time frame. It's not much, right? We're not gonna, the buying pressure is very low, right? It's okay. You know, we had a detailed analysis about the volume before. Yeah, I was expecting this segment to be low anyway, right? It's going to be a low segment buying pressure. I said it on the 24th, right? We're going to get a big volume, and then we're going to get a, you know, nice segment of low volume. Everybody going to be calling a low volume. All of a sudden, we're going to get a big volume. So, but when you take a look at the daily time frame, it doesn't look bad, right? But I'm still looking for support from this 50 EMA, right? On the daily time frame. The crossover is getting weaker and weaker, so it has to get strong. So let's just retest it and push to the upside, right? That's what we say on the daily time frame. You go to the hourly, the 4-hour time frame. It is giving us the same pattern. This pattern we got on the 4-hour, that's the same pattern we got from BTC on the right shoulder. This pattern right here, right? That's what we got. A nice fake out, 4% fake out, it pushed to the upside, right? On the hourly time frame, right? Even on the daily, that's what it looked like, but it looks better on the hourly time frame. So basically we could be moving on the 4-hour time frame, we could be moving even longer, right? Just to give us the same pattern on the daily. Let's go back to the 4-hour. You see this 4-hour time frame? That's the same pattern, but I don't think BTC gonna be moving like this. It could, but it's not gonna be, you know, this long, like all the way up to like the 21st. Hopefully very soon we're gonna get a fake out, right? Because we need this fake out. We need it, right? We need this fake out. So most people are gonna panic, and then we get back, push 3-3, bang, a push to the downside, another push to the upside. So that's what we said about BTC at the beginning of the live stream, right? So you guys can go back and rewatch it. Most of you most likely gonna rewatch it, right? So David, last pump for Bitcoin SV looks like a fake out with momentum too far. A lot of space to turn lower. Yeah, I mean it could, but it at SV is just at a 0.786, so it could, but I think it's BCH, right? SV, not BTC. SV. Versus not I don't know why I always look at it versus the USD for some reason, right? That's the only coin like I look at versus the USD Tether. But it has a lot of momentum to come back down. Our side doesn't look bad, man. We got a nice double bottom. I was looking for this double bottom for most of these coins. That's a double bottom I'm looking for the R side. Another push to the upside, a very vertical move, and come back, give us a nice slope, right? The slope doesn't, I don't want a slope, vertical slope like this going up there. It's going to be very, very aggressive. So look for this slope on versus the dollar, right? So it probably looks the same versus BTC because they both move together. So it probably look the same, right? Let's just give it another shot. SV BTC. Okay, same pattern. So it already broke the previous low versus BTC, right? It's the same pattern. So it's the same pattern. Already broke it. So it started. No, it didn't. That's a 4 hour. But on the daily, yeah, on the daily we already broke it also, right? That's not good on the daily. Whoa. Versus BTC, yeah. Yeah, but on the dollar we already got a reversal pattern, but versus BTC we don't have no pattern. It's at 21. The alpha is at 21 versus BTC. But I don't know why I always take a look at Bitcoin SV versus the dollar for some reason. That's a reversal pattern you're looking for, or the alt double bottom, push it upside, come back down. But this one, you know, broke the previous low, made another double bottom before moving to the upside. So I'm looking for this reversal pattern. So let's go ahead and take a look at I'm going to skip BTT. It's already 1 hour. Let's go ahead and take a look at Dash. So it's going to be quick now. So Dash BTC, because I know I haven't taken a look at a lot of coins you guys usually ask. So guys, it's already an hour. So if you want me to take a look at the coin, just let me know, so we just go by the chat room instead of the list I wanted to go by, because it's almost like a lot of coins. So we talked about Dash before, and then we are looking for a support from this area. Dash was holding strong, I said it last time. So but we got three down, right? Since starting like on the first, right? Like, you know, if you watch my live stream, I told you like the first is the most important day. You know, push to the downside, trying to get back to that area, make a three wave move to the downside, right? So let's see what kind of reversal pattern Dash gonna give us. It's not gonna keep going down after a three wave, right? Exactly at 0.618, right? A big reversal coupled with this 50 and 100. So our side is not looking great, right? It's still like a vertical, but it's gonna eventually move sideways. It is going to move sideways, right, and give us a nice pattern. So this pattern we just have to wait to see if you, like, let's say we're gonna get back to this area with the rest of the crypto, right? Because it is not a sign of reversal. Even though Dash is pretty strong, it is not making a same flag. I would love to see this type of flag from Dash, not a 30% angle, you know, to the downside. So I would love this flag. It's not even 30%. This angle is I mean, it is pretty sharp, right? It's a bearish you know, selling pressure. So we don't have any like a, you know, 1 2 3 4 5 flag. It's just a selling pressure to the downside. So the R side just gonna give us a corrective move just about this area, right? And then price gonna do the same, right? And then we're gonna see where we're going next. Next support just about this area. So nice support though. So we're not gonna break this area without a correction, at least for the short term. We're not gonna break it. So if you see Dash like with a, you know, 7 to 8% move to the upside, you just understand why, because it is at a, you know, it is a time for Dash to make a corrective move. So let's take a look at the engine, right? It was looking pretty interesting. Engine, BTC, EOS. Okay, I'm going to take a look at EOS. I think EOS is next on the list. Engine, we talked about engine. Target is just about 1961. So we said we're not going to be moving, you know, straight to this area of 0.786, right? So exactly that's what we said the other day. So look for engine, you know, to make a corrective move just about this area of 0.618, and that's what we're making right now. So market doesn't move on a straight line, right? It doesn't go straight down to zero. Not zero, but you know what I mean. 0.786, not 0, literally, right? So it's gonna get this move, right? It's gonna come back down, move sideways, just like XRP before retesting this. Let's say 1961 is just a nice number to remember, because sometimes I delete everything. But 1961, 1969, not 1961. I hope I didn't say 1961. But a 1969, right? It's just a nice number to remember. I could change it to 1971 too. But yeah, just keep that in mind, right? A double correction, it's not gonna go straight up back to this area, because most people are gonna be FOMOing, because you know we went up like almost 10x. So 15% move is not much, but big support from the, you know, from this area for 50 MA. Most people started probably buying a 50% retracement. Now they got a chance to you know, get out, right? And could be buying at 1900 to 2000, right? 2000. So, but this RSI, you know, like I said about WANCHAIN, when WANCHAIN was coming back down, I said, you know, this big move to the upside, I don't know if you guys remember, was unconvincing, and WANCHAIN is still like dragging to the downside. No volume. So no volume. This big move doesn't have any volume. It's the lowest volume the last what? It's even lower than this volume. So on the 18th of March. So all right, let's go ahead and take a look at EOS next. EOS BTC. Divergence from EOS, double top. We're looking for support from 50 MA. That's what we said exactly, right? The selling pressure is decreasing. So, but it doesn't mean like EOS not gonna come back down to 50 MA. So it doesn't mean like EOS, because EOS has to get its own pattern, right? It's just basically following BTC since when? After this divergence right here, I mean, you could say like it's not, but the slope of the price is much deeper than the slope of the in terms of line, right? This one is deeper, so you could say a divergence, a big push to the upside top, right? So but it is following BTC, so it just has to come back. BTC is not going anyway. It made a double top. It has to come back down, so it has to. I'm not saying they have to come back down, because I'm extremely bearish, but correction is part of the game also, guys. So it's not, market is not going to move on a straight line just like that. So I'm looking for this move to the downside for EOS. Now, even though we made a three down, another 3 wave to the upside, right? Made this 3 down, another nice 3 up. So I'm looking for this wave to the downside. So look for EOS just about this area between 50 and 100 for another possible move to the upside, and then we're gonna, you know, support the price. I mean, not support the price, but this area gonna be supporting the price just about another 10% drop. So let's leave it there. So when we come back, we're gonna see how it's gonna play out. Also, it's just facing down. It doesn't have any any strengths to reverse. In order for EOS to reverse, we're gonna need big volume. Right, we're gonna need big volume, just like that. It was reversing this time, but the slope of the reversal is not the same. Like this one is just straight to the downside, like that, not like this, right? So the strength is not the same to me. But let's just get to this area first with this previous area of resistance. I mean, not resistance, but support. Once we get to that area, we're gonna see if EOS gonna get some volume. So right, a big push to the upside like that might be a fake out. Like it could be 5-7%. Like you could, if you're swing trading, right? But if you're holding, like you want to accumulate a lot in the long term, you just want to buy the cheapest, right? I mean the cheapest price. So let's go ahead and talk about ETC. One of my top pick for April, went up like 60% already, right? ETC was I was given a lot of warning about ETC when ETC was making this this flag just like a ZILLIQA, right? But on the first, right, like it, you know, just pushed to the downside just like the rest of the crypto, right? But it finally pushed to the upside again. It pushed to the downside, pushed to the upside just like the red, not just like, but starting on the first, right, the rest of the crypto just couldn't handle the BTC pressure, so we basically moved to the downside. Starting on the first, right, on the second it was still holding strong, right? All of a sudden, you know, big fake out, get back to that area, come back, you know, make a nice sideways correction, right? So it's lot. Sometimes you have to go on a lower time frame to see those moves. And then we made like a after that, you know, 55% move to the upside. So and then we coming back to this area of support. When I say like 50 EMA is very respected in crypto. 50 EMA 0.618 and 0.786, right? It is actually respected in this bear market. So the volume is extremely low. We're going to reverse, right? We're going to get another push to the upside. We're not going to just move sideways forever. And then we're not going to, you know, we're not going to keep dropping back to this area without getting a nice corrective wave. We're going to push and then come back down and then probably retest this area, right? So, but BTC has to finish up its correction, and then altcoin going to be more comfortable, you know, about moving to the upside. But a very big volume out of nowhere, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Most people are thinking like Ethereum is dead, so hopefully it's not. I think Ethereum, you see we got this V shape from Ethereum, it still, you know, hasn't changed it yet. So this volume, big selling pressure from Ethereum, big selling pressure, but it is decreasing. Let's take a look at the RSI. RSI is making the same type of pattern. So let's wait for Ethereum to make this double bottom on the RSI. Not on the RSI, but on the price, this V shape. Right, it's gonna make this move, right? You can argue it's a flat correction also. If you see right, you can argue it's a flat correction, right? Could come back low and could even break it, right? Just a correction, right? Before it moved to the upside. I think Ethereum gonna be one of the first to after BTC like get their 3 to 4% drop. We could see like Ethereum one of the first to move to the upside after this nice correction, right? A double bottom from the RSI, right? Because you guys think about it, Ethereum hasn't done anything this year, so it's still moving sideways, right? Still moving sideways. This whole move is just a correction to me. Ethereum can do much more than this, so just like a Monero. Let's go ahead and talk about NEO. If you guys got a hey, what's up, EL? Wax, okay. What time is it? 5:11. NEO BTC. Guys, if you don't have any coin to talk about, I think somebody want to talk about EOS Elastos. Okay, Peterson. I I was reading the chat room, guys. So that's a Neo, same pattern, right? But Neo is not looking good at all. Even though it's one of my favorite, right? So we say Neo gonna make this move, right? That's what we said last time. So you see, I didn't remove everything. We moved to the upside, coming back down. We were almost at the same area. So I said I didn't even change the R side. So I say R side gonna make this move, right? And come back down. Same exact thing, right? We're coming back down. Change the slope. We got this slope. I didn't even change anything, right? So I say even out if the Neo push to the upside, the R side gonna most likely gonna come back down. So in this area, we're gonna get a rejection. But we did not make that move. We made this move, right? This M shape. So let's wait for Neo to give us a. It is giving us a sign of reversal now. I think I'm very comfortable with this move, but let's see. It is making a. But I would love to see Neo break this area, right? But if you ignore the wick, you would say like it is already breaking it. If you just want to ignore this wick, if you go to another exchange, you're not gonna see this wick. So, but Binance, you know, is very weird, right? It's very weird. Sometimes Binance make this flat correction, right? Come back and retest it and break it. So it is time to make another move to the upside with a big rejection from this crossover, right? So Neo is, I'm not saying it's safe. It's not safe until we break this crossover, but it is time for Neo to recheck this crossover. So it's not going to be much because it's only the 4-hour time frame, just about 10% move to the upside. But it could be the start of a big thing happening, right? So for Neo, a push to the upside, right? A nice corrector, nice flag, a big move to the upside. I think Neo gonna do good. Gonna be okay. So even though on the daily time frame we're not getting any reversal sign, right? But you know, price is relatively flat. You know, look for this divergence, right? So, but on the 4-hour time frame we're getting a good sign of reversal, at least for the short term. But on the daily we're not. So selling pressure is decreasing. That's a good sign, right? Just like the rest of the crypto. But Neo is just doing bad. All right, but hopefully that 4-hour time frame gonna give us a better momentum, because the daily, even though the daily is more sure, but if the 4-hour finish up its correction, the hourly gonna turn definitely, right? It's gonna turn. Right, it's gonna turn really quick. Jesus. Okay. Hello. Okay, somebody asked about EOS. Nobody asked about anything, so let's go take a look at the Elastos. If you guys not asking about anything, I'm just not gonna go through the rest of the list. It's been like an hour already, and Elastos looking beautiful. Take a look at Elastos. Elastos is looking nice, but it is not giving us a, it is looking nice reversal. So that's what I'm looking for, Neo, this reversal from Elastos on the daily time frame. So you could easily see a 10% move from just like that. You see Elastos give us a 16% move, right? You could see that from Neo also. So but Elastos, I mean, it is looking nice. It is looking nice. It is looking nice. It is looking nice. Nice bottom formation, right? Just about this area on the R side, right? A very impulse wave. It made another corrective move, right? But I would love to see Elastos make a 3 down, right? But it just giving us a nice corrective move. Just about it, break it and coming back, retest it. So let's see. My only concern about Elastos, I don't see like a 3-wave down, right? A 3-wave down. So 3-wave down. Right? I don't see it. It could be a 3-wave down back to this area, below this area of 50 MA. So let's just wait and see, because I don't think the R side just gonna make a V shape straight up like this. Nope. Like I say about V-chain, right? So I talked about V-chain the other day. So look for this corrective move, a possible drop to the downside, and retest this area. So but it is looking nice. I mean, I never talked about Elastos, so I know a lot of people liked it, but it is looking nice. But big support, like just big support, 13% move, but we don't have any corrective move. The RSI is not going anyway. We don't have any corrective move. So just if you want to buy, not you as you, but if someone wants to buy, like somebody want to buy, so just about this area would be a nice area of accumulation. Let's take a look at the fib. How low? Let's just ignore. I sometimes want to ignore these wicks. So, and you take a look at it, it's exactly at 0.618. So a drop to, let me just leave this. BTC is pretty not very undecided. A drop from BTC at 3 to 4% gonna bring Elastos back to this 0.786. So I never take a look at Elastos. This guy just asked about it, right? So you can see like how these coins respect 0.786 and 0.618. They respect it, and the 50. So it's not a coincidence, like 0.786, I mean 0.618, and then 50 and 100 at the same time, like, you know, supporting the price. So a big fake out to the downside wouldn't hurt much. Let's see, maybe a 15% drop. Let's take a look at it. Oops, 20%, 21%, that's a lot. All right, somebody asked about BAT, Tezos. Let's go take a look at ICX WANCHAIN, and then we're going to take a look at BAT, Tezos. ICX, BTC, WAX. Hey, what's up, EL? I'm gonna take a look at WAX, EL. ICX still facing to the downside. No sign of reversal, right? No sign of reversal yet. No sign of reversal from ICX. Even though I say like ICX got a nice flag just about this area, right? A nice flag just about this area. Nice corrective wave, but couldn't handle the BTC pressure. So next area to look for ICX, it doesn't give us any sign of reversal. Maybe on the lower time frame. Let's take a look at it this way. Let me just remove I need the volume. Let me leave it there. You guys can see, right? With the volume and then the RSI up there. Exactly at 0.618, right? Exactly at 0.618. So if I want to be conservative, I'm still looking for this, you know, big move. This move. I'm looking for this big move. RSI gonna make this move, that move, that move. That's what I'm looking for. You know, from ICX. So we could be seeing like ICX just about like 650 to almost like 600. So the first target was, you know, we said, like I said this last time in a video, I think from a video, my Italian friend, he said ICX not gonna drop down to 700, but look at it. So sometime but the next area of support, if like we don't get any reversal sign, right? RSI is still facing to the downside, no reversal sign. So let's take a look at the lower time frame. So we would be looking at like 620. Oops, we're getting reversal sign. That's a good thing. But that's only one, right? That's only one. I would be looking for a double divergence. Let's just remove everything so you guys can get a clean chart. Okay. RSI, this is what I'm looking for, right? This is what I'm looking for. If you know, push to the downside again, right? Another push, then we're gonna get that move. Then RSI gonna give us this move, right? RSI could give us a double bottom first. A double bottom from ICX or from the RSI, a big move just like that. And then now we're gonna go up. I'm holding some ICX, so it's not like I'm bearish on ICX. I said ICX is gonna drop since ICX was just about this area, like almost, I think it was like 793. I think it was like on the 8th low. It was last week, I'm sure it was last week. But so look for this move. It's not bad. I mean, it is going to be more than 10% drop, but the uptrend gonna be better, right? If we're gonna get one from if BTC decide to go to a 6,000, it's gonna be better. Hey, you're welcome, Peterson. Hey, what's up, Sunny? You must just, you know, come in, right? Hey, Sharma, what's up? Hey, what's up, Johnny Bull? Johnny Bull in the house. You guys wanna check out Johnny Bull? I don't know if you guys know Johnny Bull. Got a you can just click on his name and then you're gonna get to his YouTube channel. He got a new channel, so talking about XRP. So he's a big XRP fan. So 522. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about Wax. I hope you're still in the chat room. Wax. I remember Wax had a big run back in 2017. It was in the top, I think top 20. I'm not sure. I don't want to lie, but I think Wax BTC was in Bitfinex or let's go to Bitfinex. It's probably got a bit. Oh, not enough volume. Let's go to let's change it. Let's go to Huobi. Sometimes in the chart is not okay. That's much better, right? It's much better. Let's get the how can I say? It's gonna make it better. Okay, now we got a better chart. Wax is doing good. It's looking great, just like a double bottom, double top. Coming back 0.786. Let's see. Come on, let's remove this. Okay. Just about 50% retracement, right? And it is trying to push to the back. I mean, that's the only coin that's the only coin I'm seeing right now making a move to the upside after the first, right? I mean, that started like on the 15, but it was already making like a move to the downside after the 15. Big support from the 50 EMA. So I'm not familiar with Wax, but a nice support. We just gonna. I mean, if I were to buy Wax, if I were to buy like Wax, I would be waiting for Wax to break this area first. I would be waiting for Wax to break this area because our side is already, you know, made this like very aggressive move. No sign of reversal. All of a sudden we made a big move to the upside. So. Yeah, no, it's 3 down also. You got your 3 wave down to the, it's a corrective move. That's a good sign. So you don't know if this is going to be an impulse wave to the upside. So you just have to wait because it is just 3 wave also if you go back to the lower time frame. So it is a 3 wave to the upside. So it is not a very impulse wave up there. So it's just 3 wave. It is going to correct itself again. It is 3 wave up there, and then now we're getting some bearish momentum. So let's see if Wax is going to be able to break this area, right? That's a good sign. Last time we got to that area, we were like our side was like 72. Now our side is like 62. So that's a good sign, right? So look for this corrective move, and then we're gonna see if Wax is gonna continue because our side gonna drop back. It's gonna give you this corrective move. It's gonna give you this corrective move, right? I'm gonna give you this corrective move. So look for this move and then a push. Hopefully it's gonna be able to stay there. I would be waiting for Wax to close above let's say like 1700 at least for a confirmation before I jump in. But if you didn't jump in like at this 50 EMA, you would be waiting at least for confirmation because it's already up like 3 waves. So let's see at least like to close above it. I'll wait for a 50% pullback. So. And then I'll get your stop loss very, very, very carefully. So let's go ahead and take a look at BAT. So I'm gonna call it a day soon. BAT, BTC. It's probably like an hour and a half already streaming. You see BAT giving us a big reversal. So the 50. Let's see. You see BAT. I don't trade BAT, but I was looking for BAT to come back down to this area. And the next area was this area. That was like when BAT was all the way up here. So I don't even like take a look at BAT, but that was when BAT was all the way up, you know, to this area. But we barely ever, I mean, not ever, but we barely got to that area. But sometimes the way you draw your Fibonacci, you know, sometimes you don't want to wait for the exact number. So, but it is close enough, right? It is close enough. You know, after like almost like a, you know, after it made that big move, that was November, you know, I put it in there waiting for it, but I forgot completely about it. completely about it. So BAT is making the same move as the coin I just talked about. I think it's wax, so most likely it's going to get back to that area, right? So it's good to talk about these coins because I never talk about these coins like BAT, wax, but they're giving you pattern like you never seen before. So, and they're both making the same pattern. So but it started dropping on the 31st just like the rest of the alt, right? And a 3 wave to the downside, big support from this area, right? So let's wait for a corrective move, the alt side, and make that move. So it's not going to be a 1 wave to the upside, right? It's gonna come back down. I think it's already up like 7%, but it's more than 7% probably because the way TradingView does it, TradingView give you like a kind of like the stock market. The daily start on 8 p.m. Eastern time, so it is telling you it's up 7% since like 8 p.m. Eastern time yesterday. But that's not how the crypto market works. It's 24 hours. It should give you like the 24 hours change, not like since 8 p.m. So if you go on Binance, let me check on Binance. It's probably more than 8. I think it's BAT, right? BAT, basic attention. It's about the same. Say like 7% out. It's 8%. Saying like 8% on 8-9% on versus BTC, but here it's saying like 7%. So it is relatively close, but it's not. You gotta keep that in mind. TradingView sometime, I don't know why. Maybe I might be wrong, but last time I checked it was like that. So let's go back to the chat room. Chat room. Let's go ahead. I think somebody asked about Tezos, BAT. Let's go Tezos. Probably, hopefully it got enough volume. All right. Tezos, I would be waiting for 50 EMA. Let's see what support we're gonna get from the 50 EMA first of all, right? It doesn't have enough history, so on at least on this exchange, right? So it doesn't have enough history. I would be waiting for 50 EMA for support. Also giving us a nice reversal, but it's not strong enough to move to the upside. So it is just hanging there, just like BTC, right? Just hanging, just like BTC. Starting on the first, I said it, the first is the most important date on crypto, right? Look for this move, just about this area, maybe like 7 to 10% drop. Let's see, that's big. It's like almost 10% drop, right? 14% drop. So I would be waiting for it's not a financial advice, guy, you already know that. So and if you really like, even like want to be, let's say you want to short, let's say you want to short this coin, right? You already got this move. And then if you bearish, you don't like this coin, you want it to drop to 0, you say, oh, it's going to drop to this area. 1-to-1 extension, going to come back all the way up, down, all the way down to this area again of support, right? So that's another way of looking at it. Also, it wouldn't be, you still like, right? If somebody tells you like, I mean, Tether is going to come back down like a 30% move to the downside, it's still valid, but it doesn't mean it has to. It's 50% to the downside. It doesn't mean like it has to. But for right now, first area of support 50 EMA. This would give you like your let's get our extension tool. Probably it's still above like 0.618. So but you know, 50 EMA is the closest area close to this area, 0.618. So we're gonna get some traffic just about this area. We're gonna get some traffic. So and if market decides to go up, it's gonna go up with the market. So it was going up with the market like the first week of March, right? Started going up with the market, so it's most likely gonna go back up with the market. So I would be waiting for let's see if we get already at 0.786 or 0.618. It is just about 0.618, just about 0.618. You see? So let's go to the lower time frame. We probably get some divergence. You see, just about 0.618. Remove everything, clean. or just about 0.618, push to the upside, come back down, retest it. Now we're making this move. So look for next this area of 50 EMA, right? And then we're gonna get this divergence, and then outside gonna make this move. That's what I'm thinking about. Teasers right now. I think it's XTZ, right? I don't own any, so it's not like extremely populous. PPT. I think I answer like I already went for teasers, right? Populous PPT. Okay, Populous gave us a sign of a reversal on a 4 hour. Let's go on a daily. All right, we already got our divergence on Populous on the daily time frame. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's a big move, right? We already got it. We were looking for this big move to the upside and a retest, right? So we already got the big move to the upside. So let's wait for the retest before because Populous already got like the 3 wave to the downside, but you know it is already coming back down, right? When you're ready to take a look at it, because Populous was like 12-15%, not 15, but just by 11 to 13% a couple of days ago. So but if you understand, if you've been following us, you know what was going on, because we were expecting Populous to make that move because it already made that 3 down, right? So it is attempting to make this move now. It might not even come back down to this area, because Populous got already like a very big sell-off, but it doesn't mean anything. Just because you got a big sell-off doesn't mean you have to finish up your correction. So break it and then move to the upside. But let's wait and see how Populous is going to react once we get to this area of support again. Once we get, because if Populous like goes any lower this area, below this area, we most likely gonna be making new low, because I don't think this is a new low. I ignore completely this week. Yeah. I mean, it's not human being like playing this a week. So if you go to another exchange, you're not gonna see this probably, right? Let's see Populous on another exchange. Hit BTC. Let's see if we're gonna see it. You're not gonna see it. I mean, hit BTC is even worse, isn't it? Yeah, you see, you don't see it up here, but you see it up here, right? So you just want to ignore it all. But that's why you want to ignore these big wicks, so they're gonna basically mislead you. Look at these. And I need to go to hit BTC and place an order just about this area, like 50% below. That's 90% drop. So Binance doesn't let you do that. Binance doesn't let you like drop more than 10x, right? So if you're trying to sell your XRP at $3, Binance is not gonna let you. So just to let you know, I just took a look at a PPT, right? So all right, guys. I know I wanted to go like through a lot of coins today, but I just have to step out very quick. You know, maybe tomorrow we're gonna go through all these coins. It's like more than 50 coins. I didn't take a look at VChain. Let's go ahead and take a look at VChain very quick. Somebody asked about it in the chat room. Hopefully he's still here or she is still here. I'll just say the person is still here. VChain. Okay. VChain getting a support from 50 EMA, but the thing about VChain on a second, right? Let's see. Our target for VChain was 167. We got to like 150, 157, I think. So pretty close. Support just about a year. VChain is exactly at 0.618 also. So exactly at 0.618. A push to the upside. It is definitely gonna retest it. And by the time BTC start to move, you know, 4%, 5%, BTC gonna make you know, we're most likely going to be making this move. So I'm looking for this move forward, VChain, right? So market is on a corrective move at this time, right? So it's not on a uptrend. It is, most of them are on a corrective move. So I said it, like VChain is not going to make this move, right? We're just going to get a corrective move. Last time I covered VChain. So like, let's say we had like a nice three wave down to this area, we could be expecting another one up, but we don't have one. This one is, I mean, you could argue it's one, but it's not. I wouldn't, like, because sometimes it's very depending on how you look at it, right? The person doing it, your ABC correction. But just the way I'm comfortable at my three waves, my three waves, you know, I would look for this move, right? If this flag, another push to the downside, which is going to take us to 0.786, it is just safer, right? And then we're going to get a lot of activity, like 5 to 10% move, take profit, wait for double bottom, and this move. So I would be waiting if I was holding a Sunny DLT. Agrelo. Okay, DLT, we talked about that a 1-to-1 extension, right, last time, right? From this move to down to this move, right? It is holding strong at 0.618, right? So we're still not 1-to-1 extension, right? So, but it is holding strong. So you remember last time we talked about DLT. I don't know when was the last time. I needed to put some date. Today is 4/13/19, right? So 4/13/19, right? We talked about DLT. So it is holding strong at 0.618 from the initial move to the upside. The coin I just talked about, I think is, I can't even remember, right? The coin I just talked about, right? I said like it didn't make a three wave to the downside, right? So, but the DLT is making this three wave to the downside. A 1-to-1 extension is more sure. If not, we have to go to 1.618 if BTC decides to go extremely bearish. Not extremely, but 4-5%. Most likely DLT will drop also. But next target is just about 1735, right? And then we talked about DLT now for 1319. So remind me next time, Sunny, right? Remind me next time we talk about DLT. I'm not gonna add it to my list. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. DLT, right? So I'm gonna add it to the list we're gonna be talking about on daily basis from now on, right? All right, guys. You guys don't have any question, you know, because I know it's a little delay on the chat room. When I say something, it's gonna take 5 seconds for you guys to receive it. I'm just gonna wait for 5 seconds for you guys to respond for a new coin before I call it a. I might be going live about 3 a.m. Most of you guys like gonna be sleeping unless you're in China or India or Europe. I mean, not Europe, but because China is 12 hours, right? Almost. So, all right, guys. I guess I answer all of your questions. I didn't talk about Nano today. I didn't get a chance, but talk about Nano tonight. All right, guys. Have a good day, and then a good night or good morning, and then we talk next time, right? Thank you for watching. If you're new to the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe so you can get these updates.